You never heard of the Nerdthusiast Podcast? It's the ship that did the Kessel Run in under 12 parsecs. I'm your host, Richard Eiley, here with my host, Matthew Morosi.
I find your lack of faith in the Nerdthusiast Podcast disturbing.
That was fantastic. That was an opening. We did it.
Yeah, we did.
That took us, for listeners, that was like our
It was our first try.
Okay, it was our first try.
Flawless. A flawless victory.
We're professionals. We do it every time. Welcome, guys. It's great to have you in. Hey, Matt, we're back after a week instead of 2 weeks. What's going on?
Weird, huh?
It's strange. And if you're looking at the podcast title, it's got like a different title. It's not like episode 3. It's a special Star Wars title.
Yes, indeed it is.
Yeah. So Nerdthusiast Podcast, we've only been talking about games up until now. We're trying to change it up. We want to cover other things in this podcast, something we wanted to do from the beginning. Today we're going to have a Star Wars-centric podcast. We
are doing that, and we're going to have like a retro theme to everything. We're going to talk about retro news in our regular podcast about gaming, but we also want to look back on other things that, you know, were important to Richard and I in our past.
Yeah.
Star Wars is definitely one of those things, so we're going to start out today with a long thought out, well, not well thought out, just put together and slapped together argument about ranking the Nerdthusiast official rankings of Star Wars movies.
Yeah, this is the official canon Nerdthusiast standpoint. Like, if you're asking where we stand on Star Wars, we have to agree, me and Matt, that this is the top 10 list in order of the Star Wars movies as of right now. And just the movies, episodes 1 through 8, and then
not the Clone Wars cartoons, not like that. You know, any of the other.
But we are doing the spin-off
expanded
films.
Universe stuff.
We are doing a Solo, and Rogue One is included in this too.
Oh yeah.
So that's there. So 10 movies. We got to get through it. We're also thinking about doing some other podcasts in the future every other week where we're, you know, going through a few episodes every week where we watch it on our own and then discuss those ones. And hopefully this will culminate into us talking about episode 9 when that launches, do a spoiler cast with that. And then maybe we'll come back and re-rank these if we feel like we need to.
Right. Ultimately, we want to go back and I haven't watched these movies in a while. It's been a little bit. Yeah. I think the same for Richard. Yeah, so ideally, we're going to go through this list, make this list up today, go back, rewatch all the other movies. We'll have individual podcasts on those probably. And then after the episode 9 comes out in December, we're going to re-rank the whole list with all the movies fresh in our minds.
You said that way better than I did. I appreciate that.
I speak English well.
Yeah, I was born in a different country. It's not really my thing. So this is a very much a more freewheeling discussion.
It's more going to be an argument, to be fair.
Okay.
It's probably going to be just me and you arguing for a while. Mm-hmm. We do have rules to this, too.
We have some
rules.
What
are some of the rules?
Some of the rules, if we can't decide on something. If we're really at odds with like the placement of a movie in the list, we have some tiebreakers, effectively. We have a few games of chance that we're going to do.
An unbiased
games of chance, can't be altered in any way. We got some coin flips, some dice on the table, cards for blackjack. We'll be doing some things, names out of a hat.
Right. You might think this is not, the best way to do it, but I mean, we're only going to argue for so long. And then
we have an hour to get this done.
Richard's seen it. I will argue, and then eventually I hit this point where I just stop caring.
Yeah.
And when we reach that point where we just can't argue with each other anymore, we're just going to go to a game of chance.
Yeah.
And leave it up to that.
I'm excited.
But I think when if we do another one, come back to, with everything fresh in our minds, we should have no games of chance then.
No, that's going to be very serious. Because once episode 9 comes out, we discussed this before the podcast, I think that's going to have a big effect on where 7 and 8 place in this list. I think the quality of 7 in particular is very much dictated by what 9 does with the plot threads 7 set
Yeah,
up.
because, we all know 8 is fucking trash.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And we can probably actually start from the bottom of this list.
Yeah, we will.
Speaking of Last Jedi.
We'll kind of group them together, too. Yeah. Like, we might have a discussion about 8, 9, and 10 together, 5, 6, and 7 together, and then our top 4 together.
Yeah, we'll probably have to split it up a little bit. Just
so we can discuss those a little bit. No, we're not going to go crazy in depth, but we might have, like, a basic argument around them, and then we'll go to, like, the next batch and try to, like, figure out what we're going to put in there. There might be some differences. 7 and 8 might have some crossover. 4 and 5 might have some crossovers.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
What I'm most excited about with this podcast is I think we're going to learn a lot about where we stand with certain Star Wars movies.
Richard and I have been working on creating, the Nerdthusiast for about 5 or 6 months.
Something like that.
Every time Star Wars comes up, we like try to make each other just shut up because we planned on kind of doing something like this from the beginning. So the gloves come off today, ladies and gentlemen.
We're gonna dive deep into each other. In a very what?
I've been drinking, but not that much.
What are you talking about? People say that all the time. That's a normal thing people say.
No, it's not.
All right, whatever. So should we start with the bottom 3 here, 8, 9, and 10? What ranks in the bottom slots?
Let's see if we can let's not rank them yet, but can we put 3 things at the bottom right off the bat?
Okay.
One I've already mentioned.
Yeah, Last Jedi is in that bottom 3.
100%.
For sure.
That's one of the bottom 3.
Episode 2.
100% in the bottom 3.
In that bottom 3. Episode 3.
No.
Why not?
No.
What's wrong with why not? Episode 3 is garbage.
No.
All right, so you're looking at a lot of.
So we got 2. Let's start with 10 and 9.
We got 2. Okay.
Let's start with 10 and 9.
Okay, let's settle this. We don't even
have to talk about 8 yet.
You're right. Let's settle 9 and 10.
2 and 8.
Oh yeah. Well yeah. Where they fall? Yeah. Sorry, this is gonna get confusing.
Star Wars 2: Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
My opinion.
Star Wars 2.
Did I say Star Wars 2?
You said Star
Wars
my God.
2. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Number 10 in my opinion.
In your opinion.
What do you think?
I think Star Wars Episode 2 is a horribly paced movie. I think there is very interesting stuff there. I like the quote unquote cantina scene on Coruscant. I think that's really cool. You know, you get to see Obi-Wan doing his cool stuff in a bar, turning down people with death sticks. You get to see Coruscant, like the nightlife of Coruscant, something you hadn't seen yet within that franchise. There's Count Dooku's in there. He's okay. It's Christopher Lee doing his damnness to make a cool ass movie. I think there's.
I'm gonna jump in real quick.
Go ahead.
They should have not gotten rid of Grievous in Episode 1. They didn't need Dooku in Episode 2.
You mean Darth Maul? You said Grievous.
Oh, did I? Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I got you.
My God.
But,
my mind.
I see you're fine. You're fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I think Darth Maul. Okay, for sure. That
was the first mistake they made. Why would you kill off Darth Maul?
Because that guy was not an actor. He's like a stunt person, so he didn't know how to act. I don't think
that was the best part. We'll wait till we get to Episode 1.
All right.
I'll leave it there for now.
All right.
But go ahead and finish your point. I'm sorry.
Well, I just think even though it's a poorly shot and paced movie, I think Episode 2 just brings more to the table than Episode 8.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When you say poorly shot, are you referring to the CG that they use and how it's not like relevant in today's CG standards? Or like, what do you mean by poorly shot? Can you describe that?
Okay, for sure. I mean, I think... I don't know if poorly shot was the right choice of words. I think it's an ugly movie, and I think the CG and it's leaning on the CG is a big reason for that.
Fair enough.
Because I think that's the first movie George Lucas went over the hill with like CGI. And I don't think the technology was quite there yet. I think Episode 3 looks a little bit better in a lot of ways because the CG was just a little bit better. The special effects, they kind of knew what they were doing. So there's a better look to it. Whereas I think it's kind of Episode 2, it's kind of an ugly movie.
Okay, I can understand that. I just wanted to get clarification on what you meant.
I guess in terms of poorly shot, I mean more it's poorly paced out. Like that movie just kind of is all over the place. There's that scene in the factory, which is horrid, where Anakin's just dodging
with all the clones. Is that what you're talking about?
No. When he's in the factory and he gets his arm stuck in like the assembly line, and there's that amazing zoom shot.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Do you remember when Padme's stuck in the lava thing? She's about to get the lava in her, and it does that zoom shot on her fucking face.
I don't even want to remember this movie. This is like painful.
It's a terrible, that's a terrible thing. But the lows aside, I think it does more. I think there's more to Episode 2 than Episode 8. I mean, we can go into Episode 8 though, which is a great looking movie.
Here's my only thing. This is the only reason I would say Episode 8 is better. Mm-hmm. The entire fight scene when they killed Snoke, that scene was fantastic. That was the best part of 8. Oh,
the fight itself when they team up.
The fight, like that whole scene was just that alone probably put it above Episode 2 for me.
Yeah, the Rey and Kylo team up was really cool. It was really exciting. That was like the one part of that movie where I was amped and I thought some shit was going to go down.
Oh, me too. That's like when I still had hope in that movie.
Yeah. I thought they were going to do some really groundbreaking stuff with like the light side and dark side coming together. I was looking forward to that.
Now, can you name a scene that's more important than that scene in Episode 2?
Or you like better looking, like better
anything better looking? Could you find a better scene in Episode 2 than that scene?
The part where Anakin picks up the pear with his force and then flies it over the Padme, and then she picks it up with a fork and then eats it.
I think Richard's making the argument for me that Episode 2 is clearly worse than Episode 8.
All right, I guess I like at the end of the day, it's the bottom of the rung, so I'm not gonna fight too hard. I think here's the thing. Also, episode 9 might come out and make 8 a little bit. That's more great point, Richard. Like, it might be more enjoyable, so maybe it's not the worst because of that. Like, maybe there's still a chance for that movie to be better because what episode 9 does. So I think I'm okay with episode 10 being episode 2, or sorry, number 10 on the list being episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
All right.
I mostly agree with that too, because what you said, that 8 could, I'm not saying it was good at all, but it could get a little bit better when episode 9 comes out. If they do things to it, they could make, okay, well, this made more sense in 8 now, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They could still rectify that movie.
Right.
So I'm okay with it. I for people who want us to like really dig in and poop on Last Jedi, we're really not going to do it. Me and Matt mostly agree when it comes to Last Jedi. We don't like the movie. We're not a fan of the direction it went. I personally was really upset with how it kind of undid a lot of the cool threads that Force Awakens was building up and setting up. Killing Snoke bummed me out. No Knights of Ren. Just there's a lot of things I was hoping to see answered in episode 8 that just weren't there. And I think it's a very slow movie. I think nothing happens ultimately. But yeah, I don't know if it's really worth jumping into like how much we hate this movie. I think we just, there's so many people online saying why they don't like Last Jedi.
Right.
Just
I mean, they killed Snoke just like they killed Darth Maul. It's like, cool, you had a cool and interesting character that you didn't tell us anything about. Yeah. You just killed him. Like, thanks. That's cool.
Would have been nice. This is the guy who apparently made Ben Solo fall to the dark side.
Right.
Would have been nice to know something about him, but
yeah,
whatever. So
let's just leave that there, because I mean,
I think we're okay with that.
Everybody, you can go on the internet and see a million people shitting on these movies.
Yeah,
rightfully so. We don't need to do that today.
No, we don't need.
We got more important.
That'll come out in other podcasts and stuff. It's fine.
So maybe we jump now to like let's try to pick the next couple. Maybe we do like 7 and 8 and 6, maybe something like that.
Next like 3.
Let's see what we can do.
All right. So what we have on the chopping block, or what still needs to be slotted in: episode 1, episode 3, the entire original trilogy, episode 7, Rogue One, and Solo. 3 of the Disney movies.
Okay. So let's see. Why don't we do this? You pick one, I'll pick one, and we'll see if we can agree. Let's just start with those two. We'll start with just those two.
Okay. I want to pick Phantom Menace and talk about that. You pick a movie and we'll see.
That was a good pick. I was probably gonna pick that one too. So okay. So okay. Now I'll pick a different one.
Okay.
So Phantom Menace. Let's see.
We round out the prequel trilogy. Get Revenge of the Sith and see where we're at.
Wasn't that bad?
No, it's not. I give Revenge of the Sith more crap than it deserves. It's
here's where I'm stuck between. Maybe you can help me.
Yeah.
The next 3 that I'm thinking of, like I'm not saying we're putting it there. Let's just say we put Phantom Menace down as 8.
Oh, I'm not saying that at all.
I know.
Okay, go ahead.
But I'm just saying, let's just say we in a different world we did.
Okay.
The next movie, in my opinion, would have to either be The Force Awakens, Revenge of the Sith, or Solo. It probably would have to be one of those 3
to go above, like in number 7 slot.
Right, in 7, yeah.
There's no way I'm letting Solo get that low. Like,
okay, we could take Solo out of there.
Okay.
Then. So now we're down to Revenge of the Sith, and what was the other one I said? Oh, Episode 7.
Episode 7. Okay. What about Rogue One?
I have very strong feelings for Rogue One.
That's
going to be an issue when we get there.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. All right, let's take just 2 movies, see where they slot next to each other. Pick another movie.
You picked episode 1.
Yeah.
I'll pick
any of them. Doesn't matter.
I'll pick Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Okay. Those 2 movies, which one is better?
Revenge of the Sith.
Why? We're ready for that, were you? Yeah, I got hard-hitting questions, Matt. You can't just fucking say something and expect no recourse, or just like, I'm going to sit here and take it. Why is episode 3 better than 1?
Because I have the higher ground.
No, that's exactly why it's not. That movie is riddled with fucking memes and bullshit. I think it's a very pretty movie. Watching that movie on Blu-ray.
Look, I like it because it's darker.
Okay.
There's only 2. There's only 2 Star Wars movies that are dark. Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Parts of Rogue One, I would argue, are darker. Parts of it, not the whole thing. And
yeah, it's got some parts.
Revenge of the Sith.
So
that's why I like it, because it's very different.
Yeah. The issue I have with Revenge of the Sith, and it is a character issue, and it's a major issue for me, because there are a lot of things in Revenge of the Sith I actually do really enjoy. Even the memeable parts with Palpatine doing a 900-degree spin in the air. Fucking hilarious. I love it. It's something I really look back on fondly. But the big character issue...
I'm sorry, I've seen these. I'm sorry, I keep laughing.
Fucking
I'm
ridiculous.
seeing things in my head that were like just absurd.
It's an absurd movie. It really is.
Fucking Yoda jumping around like a goddamn ping pong ball. Thing. Jesus
when
Christ.
Oh my god, they're like throwing the council seats at each other. Yeah, it's spinning it like a fucking Beyblade. So the issue I have, though, the character issue I have, is with Anakin Skywalker. In episodes 1 and 2, I am able to let Anakin's whininess, his impetuousness kind of fly.
He's a bitch.
But the reason I let that fly in episode 1 and 2 is, 1, he's a child, and in episode 2, he's a Padawan learner, and he's a really young Padawan learner, clearly. Episode 3, he's a Jedi Knight. Like, he's
still a bitch.
I'll
give you that.
And he's still acting like one, and he's still, he's acting hot-headed in certain points as well. Like, there's so much there in episode 3 that just doesn't line up with what a Jedi Knight would be to me. And not only is he a Jedi Knight, he's almost on the Jedi Council, I think. They put him on the council, but not a master, or vice versa, I think.
I'm curious as to if it was a lack of acting chops. Like, did he have like the proper acting skills to even be in that movie or any of the Star Wars movies? Hayden Christensen, I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Or does it have to do with the direction he was given as an actor?
I think it was definitely a combination of all that and the writing. I think the scripts on the prequel trilogy are all pretty poor.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Lucas deciding to direct and write every single one of the movies was a really bad choice. And yeah, I do think Hayden Christensen's probably... I haven't seen a movie with Hayden Christensen where I'm like, wow, this guy is a...
I've seen only a handful of his stuff, and every time I've seen it, it's just like, meh.
Yeah, he's not... Meh. He doesn't really ever occur, if I can quote from Infinite Jest. I'm sorry that I just did that. But he doesn't ever really like blow up or stand out in an acting sort of way. So that's my major issue with episode 3. I think there's a lot of great stuff there, but I think Phantom Menace, for me, a better movie because it has...
I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to give it to you.
Really?
I am. Going back to what I just said a few minutes ago. Yeah. So I said that episode 8 was better than 2 because of that one scene.
Yeah.
Duelist of the Fate. I'll give it to episode 1 for that scene alone.
Yeah, it's incredible, for sure. Obi-Wan, the choreography between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul after Qui-Gon dies, so good.
Right.
As Obi-Wan's like blocking behind his back over his head and in front of him.
That whole scene is fucking...
Really great.
Not the best scene in Star Wars, like action scene.
Yeah.
If it's not the best, it's right up there with the best. It's top 3 easily, without a doubt. Nobody could fucking argue that.
It is up there as one of my favorite lightsaber fights, for sure. For sure. Right next to episode 6 with Luke and Vader facing off.
So I'll give it to it just for that alone. That scene was fantastic.
And Duel of Fates song's so good.
Oh my god!
That they reused it.
I have it in my head right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's good. It's really good. Okay, cool. I mean, I hate to just keep talking. I just feel bad about Phantom Menace. I feel like it gets a really bad rap.
I think that it does, but I mean, it does have things like Jar Jar Binks in there,
for
which
sure.
is like, unbelievably annoying. Like,
yes.
No, yes, period.
But no, not period.
There's no but.
Not period. I don't know, man. I think Jar Jar has worked his way into my brain. He makes me laugh.
There's something wrong with you.
He's funny.
Oh my god.
He's an honorable human being. He says hilarious things.
I can't. No.
Misa no have a booma.
Jesus.
Misa was banished. It's great.
This is why I have to drink on our podcasts, everybody. I just
better dead here than dead in the core. Me gods, what is Misa saying?
No.
It's all good.
No.
All right.
Thank God they used him less than episode 2. But he was clearly supposed to be like a big character. Like, obviously George Lucas wanted to do something with him. If he was in goddamn episode 1,
don't you start
so much.
Don't you start on this
so
path.
Much.
Don't you do this? What are you trying to say right now? That he's do you think do you want to bring up Jar Jar theory right now? That he was the Sith?
No, we can't get into Jar Jar. I can't even talk about the ridiculousness that was even a character in Star Wars.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to slot these in, not on any numbers, just above and below each other. Episode 1 above episode 3. Let's grab another one and just see
so
where it
we're
slots
not
in.
numbering those 7 and 8?
No, because we don't know exactly if it's going to be 7 or 8. I feel like we just slotted in for now above.
Why don't we just put it at 7 and 8, and if we need to change it, we can change it to the
All
other.
right, that sounds good.
That way we don't get lost as to what the hell we're doing.
All right, what do we want to do next?
Let's see. We should. I like the picking 2 thing. I think this is work. Like I said, guys, we're just trying to figure out what the hell we're doing, how we're figuring this out. We're just going one
it's
by
hard.
one.
It's not easy.
So last time I was kind of in between 2, so I'm going to pick the other of those 2, which is episode 7.
So episode 7, Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to pick New Hope. No. I'm going to pick Solo.
Fair.
I'm going to pick Solo. Let's get one of these spin-offs in there. Yeah. All right, so 2 Disney movies, Force Awakens, not The Forks Awaken. Force Awakens and Solo.
I just want to say before we get into a whole bunch of shit, Solo gets a really bad rap, and it's all right. It's all right.
Matt, I love Solo.
I don't love it. I think it's all right. I think it has some good moments.
Sorry, I'm drinking water. I love Solo. I think it is by far and away the best Disney Star Wars that we're looking at.
No.
Dude, it has everything you would want from a Star Wars. It has a plucky protagonist. It's got a really well-paced story. It snaps to that. It's a quick movie. I think there's no dead beats within that film. I think it does better fan service than any of the other Disney Star Wars movies. I think it's never cheap, personally, aside from there's like one part in that movie that I didn't really like. I think the Han Solo, like what his name.
Oh, Jesus.
There's that
Christ.
I didn't like.
That part does suck,
but
for sure.
To the point where it's almost like a meme to me, like how bad it is. Like I laugh at that now. Ever since I saw the person, that meme of like, hey, what's your name?
Like, how did they not think that was going to go over? Like, did they think that was going to go over well? Like, oh, this would be a funny little joke. It's his fucking name. You couldn't come up with something better?
Well, it's just dumb that like he would hold on to the name, hold on to the name given to him by the Imperials. Like, why would he like?
Right, that doesn't even make fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense. So that one's bad. And then the very end of that movie where his saving the coaxium for the rebel group becomes the rebels and he effectively starts the rebellion. I have major issues with that.
Like the end? It was like a twist, and then there was like another twist within the twist,
Yeah.
right? Is that my... I've only seen Solo one time, so I'm trying to... I've only seen it once.
We might have to watch that again.
We're going to watch them all. Again,
that's right. Oh, cool. So there's multiple twists at the end between him and Woody Harrelson's character and Casey Anthony. I forget the guy's name. Doesn't matter. But there's a lot of double crossing and all that within that.
One positive for Solo? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sorry. You just brought it up.
Go ahead.
The actors they picked are fucking great.
They're all amazing.
Great.
Tobias Beckett, one of my favorite Star Wars characters, personally. I think he just is super cool. I think he works really well as this person that Han Solo would have idolized and tried to emulate going forward. Like for him to have like a father figure that, puts all these influences on him. Like Tobias is exactly what you would expect for a quote unquote father of Han Solo.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson just kills it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did a great job casting on that movie. I mean, that's really what sold it from what I remember of it. I don't remember every single detail, but every actor did a good job. I can't think of a performance that was poor in that movie.
Khaleesi does great as Kira. I liked her a lot too. Yeah. I can't remember Casey Anthony's character's name. The bad guy, the Crimson Dawn leader. God, he's you know who I'm talking about. The main baddie, super intimidating. I loved, dude. Yeah, there's just so many moments in that movie where the main bad guy is dealing with Tobias or dealing with Kira or Han and Chewie, and there's just so much intimidation that exists there. It was almost like the Colonel Landa scene from Inglourious Bastards in the very beginning, where like there's just so much intensity there that I don't know. It just felt really cool to see Han Solo in the mix with these crime families, like what it would be like if you're a smuggler doing these criminal activities in the galaxy. Like I really got that sense.
That's why I think the spin-offs work so well, because it's not showing you something you're expecting or something you're knowing. It's sure there's some expectations there a little bit, but for the most part they're able to tell like a standalone story. They don't have to base it shot for shot off of what happened in the other episodes. They do need to have some it's like they have some borders and boundaries, but they don't have a straight road that they need to walk on.
They can go to different like places. Yeah, that's actually something I wanted to see more of from the spin-off movies. I wanted them to get away from the original trilogy timeline, just so we can get weirder and weirder stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk about Rogue One when we get there, but I think those independent movies are pretty fucking good.
So we have Solo here, and we have
Episode 7.
Episode 7. Where do you rank the two between each other? We haven't talked about 7 at all.
I mean, do we have to? Wasn't it just 4 with some other stuff? Look, 7 was fine. They made a whole episode of South Park about it, the member berries, and they just, I
remember.
I remember.
I remember Chewbacca.
I remember Star Wars. I remember Chewbacca.
I remember Chewbacca. All right, that's enough. We don't need to quote South Park. But
yeah, I mean, that was that whole movie. It was just like, remember this, remember that, remember this. But they did set the baseline, J.J. Abrams was probably in a tough spot. He needed to make sure that he, restored people's faith after the prequel trilogy. So he needed some sort of baseline. And what I think happened was, they gave him that movie. Somebody described this. These are not my words. These are somebody else's that I heard on the internet at some point. But basically, somebody described it like this. He set up like a whole chess set or like a role-playing table. Yeah. And then fucking Johnson came in and just flipped the fucking thing over.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole fucking thing. That's exactly what it was. Well, see, the thing I like about Episode 7, and there are a lot of people who say rightfully that it takes so much from A New Hope. But I also think it takes a lot from Empire Strikes Back and from Return of the Jedi. I think it takes a lot
with Han and
exactly.
What's his name on that when Han dies? That was like straight out of fucking Empire. Like, at least that's what I felt.
There's that. There's the scene where freaking Kylo Ren is coming through the forest at what's her name, Rey.
Yeah,
and that to me was very reminiscent of Luke Skywalker in the cave in Empire Strikes Back. Like there's a lot within that movie that harkens to the whole original trilogy, not just A New Hope. Personally, is what I think. So what it does well, though, apart from that, is it introduces these new characters. And I think it does a great job doing that. I think Rey, Kylo, and Finn, and Poe in that first movie, I was all in on all of them. I loved Finn in that movie. I loved Rey. I thought Rey was this very horrifying character who had way more power than she had any right to have, and I figured it would corrupt her intensely. And it never did, and that was another thing that I had a major issue with Last Jedi, is there was all these character arcs that they were setting up, like you said, perfect chess set, that just never really went anywhere. And retroactively, I ended up liking Episode 7 a lot less after Episode 8 came out. When Episode 7
Episode 7 could have been better if Episode 8 would have been
would have just taken what it set down and moved forward with it. Episode 7 before Episode 8 came out was up there in my top 3 favorite Star Wars movies, but it fell down tremendously after Episode 8 because it felt like it did feel like a remake of Episode 4. So
I'd be cool with going with that. Then I would say Solo would be above Episode 7 right now. I mean, again, your whole point earlier about 9 potentially changing 7 and 8's rankings depending on how good 9 can be.
For sure.
I think they're going to have a real tough time pulling 9 out of his ass somehow, but we'll see.
Are both?
But I would say Solo. I'd be fine with putting Solo above 7.
I'm okay with that too.
All right.
But so we have Solo and Force Awakens. Do these both go above Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I would say so for sure.
Yeah, I like Phantom Menace a lot. Actually, I think I would put Force Awakens below Phantom Menace.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I don't like the Phantom Menace. I like parts of the Phantom Menace. I like some of the actors. The Duelist of the Fate scene is fantastic. Darth Maul's in there, which is awesome. But it's I think 7's better than Episode 1.
Matt, I don't agree. I don't. So let's see if we can. We might have to go to tiebreaker on this, which I'm very excited about.
Let's go to our first tiebreaker.
Should we just do it?
I think we should, because I can sit here. I'm gonna really like.
Yeah.
I don't like Episode 1, and I don't want it to be that high on our list. So
number 6.
If we're gonna fight over it, we might as well play a game.
Okay, I like it. All right, so this is between the 6 and 7 spot for Force Awakens and Phantom Menace. It's gonna slot them into those. All right, Matt, I need you to grab the hat. And
which hat?
There's 2 hats there. There's an Xbox hat and there's a Ghost Recon hat.
Mm-hmm.
One hat has our names in it for who's right on this, and the other one has for the draw names from a hat game.
Okay.
And then the other hat just has games.
Okay, so we might not play a hat game, but the hat game might tell us to play a hat game.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Perfect. Ghost Recon
hat. So which hat do I need to grab?
You need to pick the Ghost Recon hat.
You.
That's going to have all the hat games in there.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry for you guys listening.
No, I'm not. This is exactly what I wanted.
I'm just trying to get some feels in there for your ears.
There you go.
Matt
is moving paper around. I hope this isn't a disgusting noise. I don't think it's gross.
I'm not looking at the paper.
He's not looking at the papers. Matt's going to pull out paper. He got a piece. What is that? What does it say?
We're playing the hat game.
What does the paper say on it?
It says a hat. It's a picture of a hat.
It's a picture of a hat. I drew all the names of the games.
So,
all right, so toss that one out. Because
we're not going to do it again.
We can't do it again.
Okay.
We can't do it more than once.
So we're playing the hat game. We picked the hat game to
play the hat game. We did it.
So I'm
very happy about this.
So if I pick my name,
so Matt just picked up another hat with our names in it. So if we pick your name,
right?
If you pick your name,
then
episode 7 is above episode 1,
right?
And vice versa if you pick my name,
right?
All right. This is a big moment. Matt's not looking at it. He has the Xbox hat in his hand. He's jumbling the paper. This is very exciting stuff, guys. I'm freaking out. I'm sweating.
Fuck!
Yes! Richard's pick. All right.
I don't like it, but I agree to these rules.
All right. Episode 1 is number 6 on the list.
Do I take your name? Oh, we're not playing the hat game anymore. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's garbage.
All right. Fuck it.
Throw that hat on the floor.
Okay.
Get out of here, hat. We don't need you anymore. I almost threw the other hat, but we need that one. All right. Let's see episode. Sorry, guys. We're doing this live. We want to make sure we don't mix anything up. Matt's getting up to go to the fridge. It's not a big deal. Like I said, very chill podcast, different kind of podcast. All right, Matt, we got to do a recap. We got our bottom 5 of the list, and we're 33 minutes in. We're making great time. This is wonderful. We had to use a hat one time.
Sorry, I needed a beverage.
All right, so. Dude, we only have 4 movies to decide.
Yeah, this is probably going to take a while.
No. We're doing great.
I'm surprised how quick we're moving, honestly.
Yeah. And we have 4 games left, meaning I can force a game every time.
No.
I might have to do it. So, 1 through 4, we have not decided.
Wait, let's recap for everybody.
Yes.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Star Wars Episode 2. Number 9. Star Wars Episode 8.
Wait, read the full name.
Number 10, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Number 9, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Number 8, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Number 7, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Number 6, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Number 5, Solo.
Yes, a Star Wars story. I'll write it down. All right, so that's 5. We got 5. We got 6 of the movies down.
Yeah, we do have 6 down.
Dude, we're doing great. You know what? I'm very upset right now.
So for the audience too, the ones we have left are the original trilogy.
Yeah,
surprisingly still in
there.
Oh
wow, that's all there.
And Rogue One.
All right, we have to figure out Rogue One because it is not.
Rogue One's going to be tough, man.
Dude, all right. This is going to be another game.
All right, well let's each pick one that we think is going to be on the bottom of this list.
I think since we only have 4 left, we can do them one at a time and see if it's above whatever's last. So Solo is currently the lowest. So we can take a movie and see if it's above or below Solo.
I thought we already had Solo ranked.
No, Solo's soft ranking.
Okay.
Because it's the highest. So we don't know if the next movie is better or not.
All right, well, let's each pick a movie. I pick 4, A New Hope.
I think we should only pick one movie and decide whether... And it has to go against Solo.
Okay, I pick 4, A New Hope.
All right, well, then, yeah, that's the one we're doing.
It should be above Solo.
All right, I agree with that. I mean, I agree with that.
It should be a number 4 spot.
It's not the number 4 spot.
Why?
Because it's the best Star Wars ever.
No!
It's the best one. It's number 1.
Here come the problems.
It's number 1. Maybe it's number 2. Maybe it's number 2.
Mm-mm.
But you don't even think it's number 2?
Mm-mm. I think it's number 4. That's exactly where it
belongs. Should we figure out the number 1 spot right now?
Oh, that's going to be an argument too.
I know, clearly.
All right, well, look, should we skip to number 1? Why don't let's just talk about these top 4 movies and try to figure it out.
Okay.
So what do you think? I'm going to let you rank yours. I'm going to rank mine. You want to just do that? And we can work from there.
Okay, I can do that.
What's your top 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it?
It's literally the order that it is on the dock. A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Rogue One. Rogue One is not 4.
Cool. Mine's almost reversed of that.
Fuck, dude.
Mine would be Return of the Jedi. Oof.
Okay, yeah, you don't even know. You're fucked up. Look at you.
Am I saying 1, 2, 3, 4 or 4, 3, 2, 1?
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, number 4
Yeah.
would be A New Hope. That's easy.
No, you can't.
That's easy.
Matt, you can't do that.
Number 4. I'm just saying.
All right, go ahead, do your list so I can
number
yell
4
at you.
would be A New Hope.
Yeah.
Number 3. This is where it starts to get tough, guys.
No, it wasn't tough when you put episode 4, the fucking progenitor of all Star Wars, at number 4. That wasn't hard for you. That was easy to do.
Number 3 is going to be Rogue One. Number 2 is going to be Empire, which is
Rogue One.
People are going to flip out about. But my number 1 would be Jedi. I think.
Are you fucking crazy? Number 1 is Return of the Jedi. Ewoks
of the Jedi.
Ewoks.
I love them. Give me those little bears.
Taking down science fiction tanks.
I don't care.
With logs, that's your number 1.
Love it.
You're okay. All right. We need to start.
I know a lot of people aren't going to like that, and I don't fucking care.
There's no fucking way.
I do not care.
I will die before that ends up as number 1 for the list of Star Wars.
Out of those 4, that's definitely the best movie.
Listen, you played it really smart. I'm going to concede and let you have number 5 as number 1.
5?
Empire Strikes Back.
What?
You're going to get that as number 1.
I think Empire should...
I see what you're doing.
Wait,
very
what?
clever. Take the worst of the fucking original trilogy, put it as number 1 so you can get your actual number 1 in as number 1.
What is my actual number 1?
Episode 5, clearly. It has to be Empire Strikes Back.
Episode 5. No, it's not.
That I don't fucking believe. I cannot sit here.
Most people would not believe
I cannot
me.
sit here and believe that your
very
favorite Star Wars,
I know
Star
people
Wars.
love to shit on 4, or I'm sorry, out of the original trilogy,
yeah,
many people would say Return of the Jedi is the worst. I think A New Hope is the worst, and here's why.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you ever hear of a movie called Fellowship of the Ring? That's what the fuck it is for every Star Wars movie.
What?
Them walking around and having conversations for hours is episode 4.
Kidding me?
I'm not saying that it's a bad movie. I enjoy episode 4. I like episode 4, but out of those movies, it is the Fellowship of the Ring of those movies, and it can kiss my ass.
No.
Comparing those 3 movies alone.
We need to define
those 3 movies alone.
We need to define why Star Wars is as great as it is and why it's so important to fiction, mythology, and cinema.
I get that it set it all up. I understand
and it's not just that it set it up. It most intensely follows the tenets of the hero's journey set up by Joseph Campbell. Like it focuses on someone who doesn't want to be a hero, who's in a place they don't want to be, who's unhappy with their life, and by the end of that film ascends them to the status of hero through trials, through doing things they don't want to do. There's a call to action. There's all these things that exist within New Hope, and to throw it at number fucking 4 on this list is insane, man.
Rogue One is a better movie.
No, it's not.
It's a more entertaining movie.
No, it's not.
It makes, not only that, Rogue One makes episode 4 a better movie.
Why? How? Because it has a cheap ass lead up into episode 4.
It makes fucking sense.
Well, how does it make sense? Rebels throwing plans to each other while Darth Vader chases them. What do you mean it makes sense?
They had the whole fucking plans to the Death Star there.
But we knew, like...
You knew they pulled it out of thin air. No. You didn't know anything.
I didn't care. That wasn't like the thing. So, okay, you're saying the reason that Rogue One is better than episode 4 is it fills a plot hole? Like that makes it better than... Like
it does, yeah. I mean, it makes episode 4 better because it fills a plot hole for 1. Yes, that's one key thing.
It's one plot hole
for 2
in an otherwise flawless movie. Like I don't think making a movie about filling that plot hole can elevate you to the status above episode 4.
Rogue One is one of the best written Star Wars movies.
No, it's not.
Period.
It's not. Clearly, it's not. Because what are the characters' names? Who's the main character?
You can't put me on the spot like this. We already know about this with the fucking other shit. Because I fucking forget everything and I go blank immediately.
No, that's fine. We'll take our time. We don't have to. No rush. This isn't for points or anything. Let's go. The male character. What's his name? Who has the droid? He's the Spaniard guy. Has that very cool accent. Loves Jabba the Hutt. You don't even remember these characters. I
don't remember names from a lot of shit.
Well, give me these characters then. Like, what characters are compelling about...
Jyn was fucking badass.
Jyn Orso?
Yeah.
She's badass? Why? How? I'm sorry, that's a bad question. What compels you to that character? What makes her so compelling and relatable?
I would say like the sacrifice that she's making.
Okay. The sacrifice to get these plans out
right
for everyone else.
Mm-hmm. The unselfishness.
So, and she builds up to it. But like the thing is, like you don't have a story like that without the foundation being set by like past Star Wars movies. The issue. So the
I
issue
get what you're saying with that.
The issue I have with Rogue One is there are so many characters within that movie that are not mined, that are not explored, that we don't get to see much of. Bodhi, the Imperial pilot who like escaped from the Imperials to help out this like crew of people. He just shows up. Like he just shows up. We don't know what his backstory was. We don't know what he was doing.
But do you really need anybody's story in there? Other than that, it ended the way that it should. They all died because they're not in any of the movies. It all makes sense.
I knew that. Sure, it makes sense. I knew they were all going to die going into that movie because none of these characters existed anywhere else. Like, so there's nothing compelling to me about these characters making sacrifices when I went into this movie knowing it's all going to be about their sacrifice.
Well, it did. To be fair,
yeah.
they didn't have to kill everybody. They could have said there's other sub stories to all these people. They could have created a whole another subplot that other things were happening at the same time, but they didn't do that, and that took fucking balls to think about Disney.
Okay,
let's just talk about Disney.
Go ahead.
You got this whole slew of characters that you can potentially make more movies off of and more money on, and the writer said, "I'm gonna fucking kill everyone."
No, that's not what happened. The writer was told, "Hey, make a movie where you kill everybody." He's like, "Okay."
There's no way.
That's what happened. That's what Mon Mothma literally says in episode, I think 4. Yeah, episode 4. Many Banthans died to get this information to us.
Right, but to kill, like for Disney, to kill the main characters in that movie and to not want to fucking monetize that.
Oh, they monetize? What do you mean? They're monetizing it now. They're bringing back Cassian Andor for a Disney Plus episode, like series.
Right, they are now, yeah. Of course, it's fucking Disney. They couldn't just let it goddamn be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not bold to Disney. It's not bold to these writers because they had plans clearly in place to monetize them in other ways. Anyways, like that was always going to happen with their shows, their animated shows. Looking at the movie, what bothers me the most is, again, these characters. Like we have to look at these characters who aren't given proper lip service and aren't explored at all. What is Donnie Yen's character?
I can't remember the guy's name. The blind Asian dude was fucking
Donnie
incredible.
Yen. Yeah, the guy from Ip Man.
Incredible in that movie.
And his friend that shows up.
Don't remember his friend.
He has like a friend. A buddy.
I know he's there, but I don't remember. But he was a cool character.
He's a buddy looking out for his friend.
Yeah.
But I don't even know that character's name. I don't know that character's name. I don't know his friend's name. I'm lucky to know Bodhi. Like the whole time I was watching that movie, it felt like they were going to try and do like a Seven Samurai thing where they bring all these characters together and they all have their interesting aspects. And that never really happened. It never really occurred to a full degree to me. I'm trying to think like what they could have done better to kind of make this a more standout movie.
I think when we go back and rewatch it, I'm not going to say your opinion. It's not going to be your favorite Star Wars movie, but I think you're going to think more highly of it.
So here's things I do like about Rogue One. I think it's an amazing war movie. I think that is something very new for Star Wars. They made like a war movie about Star Wars. That was really cool.
Yeah, when they had all those ground battles and everything, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was
like storming the beaches and
really,
shit.
really cool.
That was fucking rad. The whole ending was
Yeah.
great, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's another thing. A lot of Star Wars movies, the endings are like, oh, it ended. This one was like, oh shit, it fucking ended. You know?
Yeah.
The only other time I can think of is like Empire. It was like, oh shit, that shit.
Empire had a heavy ending. What do you mean? A freaking episode 4 ends with him destroying the Death Star and winning. Like it has an incredible ending.
All right, I'll give you that.
He lets go of his fears.
All right, the original
turns
trilogy
off the
is fine, which is why this needs to be up there with the original. You know, it needs to be in the top 4. It needs to.
I don't think it's in the top 3. Can we agree on that? Original trilogy, leave it alone. It's in the top 3.
I know how much you like A New Hope, so I'm willing to put Rogue One at 4.
Okay. Then in that case, we have to fight between Solo and Rogue One.
No, Rogue One's above Solo, without a doubt.
Okay, Matt.
Rogue One.
Let's take this.
I'm considering putting Rogue One above A New Hope.
I will fight you. I would consider. Okay, that's crazy. Well, I would put Solo. I would consider putting Solo above my third least favorite original trilogy movie, which is Return of the Jedi. I would do that.
You're I know. Okay, so we're almost on the same lines with how much you like Solo and how much I like Rogue One.
Exactly. So they should probably be right next to each other then.
Right, but Rogue One should be one spot above it.
You know where this is going to end up going.
Let's just play the fucking game.
But before we do that, I want to take it character to character.
I can't remember names of books that I've read. I can't remember names from
It
characters
doesn't matter.
from video games, so I'm not going to fucking remember
That's
half
fine.
the shit.
I don't really care about the names of the characters specifically.
All right.
What I care about is what is there about those characters within that movie that is shown, that contextualizes them as human beings and interesting characters. Han Solo. Okay, Kira. Let's start with Kira for Solo. That's a character who...
I don't even remember this character.
Kira is Han Solo's girlfriend, quote unquote. His main squeeze.
I saw this once a while ago, so I'm trying to remember.
I can't wait to watch this movie again for you to see how flawless it is.
There's many things that I would say are not flawless.
So, from an early standpoint, you see Kira grow up. You see where she's from originally. You get to see that she falls in with the Crimson Dawn. You get to see that she's clearly sold from her position of slavery to another position of slavery. Oh, it's coming back to me a little bit now. Yeah, so you get to see her transition into that. You get to see that she, over time, positions herself in a place of power within the Crimson Dawn by... God, what is his name? It's going to bother me. Casey Anthony's character.
Thank God I'm not the only one forgetting fucking names. I feel fucking stupid, but I can't.
Hold on. Solo. Kill this dead air for me, Matt, while I look this up.
Yep, I'm here to stab some air. Stabbing that air.
Son of a bitch. Where is he?
Get Tommy gun. Pew pew. That's not how a Tommy gun sounds. That's way off.
You're doing a terrible job
at
this.
Tommy gun sound like? Is that closer? Is that what you guys want to hear?
No, they don't want this.
Tommy guns are cool when they got those things that it's in a circle.
Why can't I find any of these characters?
How come you don't see Tommy guns anymore? I wonder why.
Tommy guns? Because they're
nobody
not...
ever uses them anymore. Remember Dick Tracy? They had some good Tommy guns in Dick Tracy.
This is a horrible thing that has happened with me letting you... Wait, Amelia Clark...
I think everybody remembers Dick Tracy. I mean, it was a classic, you know?
Paul Bettany, not Casey Anthony. Who's Casey Anthony?
She's the one who killed her daughter and went to trial.
You let me say that 400 times.
Just, I don't know fucking people's names, but I thought maybe there was another Casey Anthony.
No, Paul Bettany is the antagonist from Solo. It's bothering me so much that I don't know his character's name. And Google's being...
I hope you Googled Casey.
Dryden Voss.
Oh, these names sound familiar.
So, Kira ends up, Dryden Voss effectively dies at the end of that movie. Kira positions herself in a place of power closer to Darth Maul by the end of that movie. So, there's a full character arc that happens for this side character, for this ancillary character. And... granted, she's a main character, but she's one of many main characters within this movie. Solo also has his own arc that's, on equal footing with that. I think Tobias Beckett has his own arc as well that, talks about him constantly being a person who is unwilling to trust people all throughout the movie. And it's the texture they give these characters that really blows me away. Lando Calrissian even has some. His robot has it. Chewbacca has it. Dryden Voss has it. All these characters have that texture that just isn't there for the Rogue One characters. And that's the issue I have with the writing in Rogue One. And I had to make that case before we can play our game next. I don't know if there's anything you want to say.
I do want to add one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
K2SO.
K2SO is the best
droid.
character.
Best fucking droid in any Star Wars movie.
Easily one of my favorites. Alan Tudyk is the actor for that droid, and he's the best part of that movie, in my opinion, in terms of characters. But I'm
gonna give it to Richard for a second. He knows all these people's fucking names and shit. I'm not that deep into the weeds. He fucking called his name out immediately.
I know.
Good on him.
He's great.
But seriously, I don't think anybody could argue that he's the best droid. Yeah. I mean, I love R2D2 to death, but
I love K2SO is amazing, but also it's a testament to how unrefined the other characters are in that movie that your best character in that film is a droid. That's not okay. Or that's not great. That's not a great position to be in when, like, what's the best character in your movie? K2SO, a droid. He's a great character, and I do love him, and he's one of my favorite droids in Star Wars, but yeah.
Yeah, the Asian guy I was thinking of earlier is Chirrut. Chirrut? Is that how you say his name?
Chirrut? Something like that.
Chirrut.
Is that Donnie Yen, the Ip Man?
Donnie Yen, yeah.
Okay, Chirrut.
That guy was awesome. And his homie was Baze Malbus.
He was awesome, but like...
He had a badass shotgun. I like shotgun, so I'll give that up for Baze.
So all the characters for me in Rogue One, though, are one note. Like, Chirrut is a force... He has force sensitivity. That's his character.
I mean, what did you want him to do, though? They had one movie. How much are they going to flesh out 10,000 characters in one
look
movie?
how much they fleshed out the characters and the crew from from Solo.
I don't think they were that fleshed out.
I thought so. I thought there was more there. Like,
I mean, Han Solo has more of a history, too. Of course you're
that's
more
true,
attached to him.
But Kira doesn't. Tobias Beckett doesn't. I guess Lando does.
Lando does.
Lando does.
I think you had more of an anchor to Lando.
Dryden Voss definitely does not. Yeah, it does. You're right. It has some handicaps that helps it out a lot. But
the other reason I like Rogue One a lot is when Vader went in there and just fucked shit up. Like, that's how Vader should have been from the beginning. Like, he should have just been fucking shit up. And it took them to realize, look, just go in here and fuck shit up at the end. That's all we need you to do.
It was really cool, but I don't think it's cool on its own. Like, it's just a cool thing that happened. It doesn't elevate Rogue One. It's just a cool scene that I like. I like watching that scene. I don't like watching Rogue One.
One negative about these newer movies is when they take those people's faces and like they do.
The CG the Leia thing was really weird.
The Leia thing was awful, and they did it with Tarkin.
Yeah, Tarkin was really unsettling. Rogue One.
God.
Yeah, they do a lot in Rogue One.
I think they've done them in episode 8, maybe.
Yeah.
They did another thing somewhere, but it would anytime you're doing with those, just stop.
Also,
it's awful.
Also, another thing I don't like about Rogue One, Darth Vader, his voice, they got James Earl Jones to come back and do the voice of Darth Vader. The dude forgot how to do the voice.
Maybe he just got older, man.
It could be that, but like
I've heard older people's voices change.
They should have got like a Darth Vader impersonator to do that instead of James Earl Jones. Fine. I don't know. I think
these enemies that don't talk a lot, I tend to like more. Darth Maul was so interesting because he had nothing to say.
Yeah.
Like, that is much more interesting to me than a character who's constantly fucking talking, like Hayden goddamn Christensen wouldn't shut the fuck up with his characters in 2, and how the fuck he wouldn't show up in 1 when he was a little kid. Just shut up.
Now we have to play a game.
You're a little fucking kid. No one's listening to you. And then midichlorians? Pull that shit. Oh my God. Let's pull some midichlorians out of my ass real quick.
Listen, episode 1 is already set in stone.
Sorry, I'm coming back down. We need
to figure out where Solo and Rogue One
rank. I got logged out of the document we were in.
You need me to share it again?
I think I got it.
All right. So we got to play another game. Right?
What is this for?
For Solo and Rogue One.
No.
Why not?
For Rogue One and for New Hope.
You're crazy. No, you gave me a New Hope. Rogue One and Solo.
Rogue One and Solo. I don't like, again, I want the record to be clear. Rogue One is better than Solo.
Okay. Yeah.
Period. But I'll play the stupid fucking game for the ranking.
This is what has to be done. This is Nerdthusiast rules is what we do. Matt's going back to the hat to figure out what game we play next. What happens if we run out of games?
We won't. We'll be all right.
I'm worried. Trial by combat. What is it?
I'm guessing this is coin flip. Is that what that means?
Yeah, that's a 1 penny piece. Right. It's a coin flip.
We got to do a coin flip.
Throw that away.
So this
Don't
is
put
nice and easy.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the coin is right here.
Now, I say we go football status, so we let the coin hit the floor.
Okay.
Nobody touches the coin.
Okay.
It just flip it on the ground over there, and we'll both go look at it.
Okay.
It needs to flip in the air, though. You can't be like throwing it flat and half-assed.
What do you want? Heads or tails? I have a preference. If you have no preference, I have a preference.
I do have a preference.
What is your preference?
Heads.
Perfect. My preference is tails.
Rogue One's going to be on top. Be ahead of the game.
Tails, because Tails never fails. And Tails is in Sonic the Hedgehog, and I can't connect it to Star Wars in any other way from there. So we'll see what happens.
Sonic the Hedgehog and Star Wars, that's close.
No, I'm sorry. Apologize. All right, I'm going to flip the coin.
I'm going to get up to watch so he doesn't cheat.
I would never cheat. Bullshit. All right, heads, Rogue One is better than Solo, and Tails vice versa. Let's go. Oh my god, it's spinning. It's spinning on the ground. What is it?
Fuck you.
I'm really sorry, Matt. I know you fought. I apologize. I feel bad. I know you really want.
How are you winning every goddamn game? This is you got this shit rigged.
The force is on my side, baby.
This is bullshit.
The force is strong.
Whatever, just put it in. Let's move on.
All right. What do we got next, dude? So I think we should take one movie, slot it in next. What do we got? What do you want to
Number
put?
3, New Hope.
You're so mad right now. All right. Let me put Rogue One in here, dude. We're almost at an hour. I think it's gonna be an hour and 30-minute podcast. Hopefully less. Okay, you want to put New Hope in next above Solo?
Yep.
Okay.
I'd say A New Hope, Empire, Jedi. That would be my 3. 3, 2, 1.
A New Hope number 3.
Yep. Empire number 2. Jedi number 1.
Okay.
You're going to have a problem. I'm going to have a problem with A New Hope. You're going to have a problem with Jedi. So should we just put Empire at number 1?
That's what I was thinking. That's ultimately what I was thinking.
Go ahead and put it up there.
Should we just put it at number 1? I'm okay with it. I love A New Hope.
The people will love it because Empire is the best.
It's the right decision to make. It's the best movie objectively.
I'm just glad that neither one of us think Empire is the best.
I'm surprised.
I am
really
surprised.
I feel like everybody.
A lot of people shit on Return of the Jedi. I think it was the first Star Wars movie that I really liked a lot.
Yeah.
And those nostalgic feelings help me argue for it. Plus, that people like shit on it, it really upsets me. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Are you? It's not that bad of a movie.
I don't know, man.
People make it out to be like a shitty Star Wars movie. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's not. It's the best. For me, it's the worst of 3 amazing films.
Or the best of 3 amazing films.
For you. I just have a problem with Ewoks. Honestly, that's my biggest issue.
I don't know why. I do not understand why everybody hates the Ewoks. Who fucking cares, man?
Because this movie is ending. It's the culmination of this trilogy. It should be nothing but epic. And I just have to fucking watch these fucking teddy bears play drums on people on stormtrooper helmets.
Sometimes you need the animals to help you, Richard.
And I have logic issues with it. Well, how can Ewoks face down stormtroopers?
They set traps. Clearly,
they have AT-STs, like the shielding.
They have wires that can tangle their legs and stuff.
On an AT-ST,
they have rocks attached to strings, man.
A log, two logs. Did you know 2 logs can break the shielding on a science fiction technology?
Logs are heavy.
Don't believe it. Don't believe any of that shit. All right, so then it's between 2 and 3.
Yeah,
right
so we got 2 and 3 left, and I'm glad we're to the end of this, and I just realized I was talking really far away from my microphone, and people probably couldn't hear me too well.
I think you sounded pretty good.
I kind of talk loud anyway, so maybe it was for the best.
Yeah, we'll see. I can mess with the gain.
But yeah, we got 2 and 3 left, and the 2 and 3 spots are A New Hope and Return of the Jedi.
I mean,
this is going to be a mess. This is a disaster.
I don't know. Like I don't know what else. I've said all I wanted to say about New Hope.
Look, I like A New Hope. A New Hope is a good movie. Period. In fact, it's a great Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It is not better than Return of the Jedi.
Like Return of the Jedi has amazing moments. It has some of my favorite.
It has a resolution to the entire conflict.
And it does.
And it didn't fuck it up.
It didn't. The ending of that movie is phenomenal. All the stuff with like the Emperor, Luke, and Darth Vader are all
for how many bad endings I have seen in my life. They could have easily fucked it up, and they did not.
Yeah. Listen, I want to be nice and just let you have Return of the Jedi because you've had really bad luck on these games. I do. But also, we have 3 other games we haven't played. And
are we going to put in our top 3 of fucking games? Is that what we're going to come to? Since we can't decide on things like adults, we just have to play games like fucking children.
It's Nerdthusiast, baby. That's what we do.
If you were expecting like well thought out arguments, you came to the wrong
No,
place.
That's not. Me and Matt are uneducated. I mean, I am. Matt has a degree. I don't.
I've been yelling for 10 minutes that I like Return of the Jedi, but I can't fucking speak it properly to
tell me
explain
why.
to you why. It's a fucking better movie. I enjoy it. Watch it. Enjoy. Open your heart.
Are you appealing
to love the Ewoks?
Are you appealing to my my sympathy right now?
No, let's just play the fucking game.
Because it won't work. Let's play the game. Let's do it. I love games. All right, Matt's going back to the hat. Ghost Recon hat. We're going to figure out what game. We have 3 games left. I think dice, rock, paper, scissors, and blackjack. I hope we get blackjack. Although we're short on time, so we probably shouldn't get blackjack, but I hope we do. Okay, open that.
What the? Oh, rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, that's a rock, that's a paper, and that's scissors.
All right.
Whoa.
How are we going to do best of 3?
Best of 3.
Or we're going to go 1, 2, 3, shoot, and we throw on shoot?
Rock, paper, scissors, throw on shoot. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Throw on shoot.
One thing me and Richard can agree on.
At
you
least,
always throw on shoot. These fucking people that make up these weird ass rules, man. You throw on shoot.
Matt,
That's what you
savages.
do.
It's savages who are impatient, who don't have the time to take in life and breathe in the air. They want to shoot early.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Disgusting. I bet all their, sexual partners are very unsatisfied.
Yeah. You got to go on shoot. You don't want to shoot early.
Exactly. All right.
We're going to do this over top of everything and knock shit down, or should I just get off the mic for a second?
No, we're going to do it like up here.
Oh, I can't do that. That's weird.
Why?
I got to go low.
You got to go low to do your rock, paper, scissors?
I got to stand up for this.
Stand up and I'll do it here.
All right, you say rock, paper, scissors, shoot in the microphone, and I'll just throw.
Okay.
Because I got to stand up for this.
Okay. Well, you say rock, paper, scissors, shoot as well. They'll get you like far away. It'll sound cool. All right. Hey, Matt, for this first one, I'm gonna play rock.
Okay.
Just play as if I'm gonna play rock, because that's what I'm gonna play.
All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm ready. You're gonna shoot from behind your.
I always shoot from behind.
Whoa! You shoot from behind your back?
Man. You can't see what's coming.
This is Tobias Beckett as fuck, bro. Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, that's good. He did rock. All right, I'm gonna do this too. I don't like this. I'm gonna do behind my back as well. I've never done this before. It's my first time. Be gentle. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Son of a bitch. Okay. Matt got the first one.
I threw scissors. He threw paper.
I threw paper. Shit. Okay. I really am horrified right now. Matt, I'm gonna play rock.
Okay.
I'm gonna play rock again.
All right.
I'm feeling really good about it. You ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yes, that's it. Okay, we're even. I played paper. I lied. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Here it is. All the marbles. Our fates hang in the balance. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. If you couldn't tell from Matt's disappointed sigh.
Just so everybody understands, this is how my life goes.
Did you lose every one of those games?
Every fucking game of chance. This is why I don't go to casinos. People are like, oh, you should go to a casino. Go fuck yourself. This is why I don't go to 3 games of chance, flipping a coin, picking a thing out of a hat, and playing rock, paper, scissors. I lose all 3.
This is brutal. And you picked the thing out of the hat. That was you doing your own.
Well, I caused my own demise. Self-inflicted wounds is what I'm all about. Christ.
Mental damage.
I hope you got to listen to the end of this fucking thing. I hope you stuck with this all the way through so you can experience my anguish on a daily fucking basis.
I had a lot of fun. This was a very fun podcast for me. I had a blast, as you could expect, even though, not just because I won every single game, which is definitely a big part, but I think this is a fun format.
Yeah, it was fun.
Sorry, Matt.
Let's go through the ranking officially.
This is
and
the
then we'll
final official canon ranking of Nerdthusiast's favorite top 10 Star Wars movies.
Asterisk for now.
Asterisk for now until episode 9 comes out. Then we'll have to redo this whole thing.
But we're going to rewatch the movies because we want to have a fresh take on them, because I couldn't even remember. I love Rogue One and I couldn't remember half the characters.
Yeah, you watch that movie, you come back with like clearer definitions on those characters.
Right.
And,
I might enjoy Solo more because I only seen Solo once.
So we'll see. Yeah, I might end up giving Rogue One a little bit more love too.
I think you will.
Yeah.
I think I might for Solo too, but I just need to see it again.
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch these movies again. All right, let's go through it. Matt, do you want to go through?
I'm excited to watch them too, just not 2 and 8.
Yeah, that's 100%. I'm on the same page.
All right, so number 10, Star Wars Episode 2.
Okay, we're starting from the bottom?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, you're right. Number 10.
Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Number 9.
Star Wars Episode 8, Last Jedi.
Number 8.
Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Number 7.
Star Wars Episode 7, Force Awakens.
Number 6.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Number 5.
Rogue One.
Number 4.
Solo, A Star Wars Story.
Number 3.
Star Wars Episode 4, Return of the Jedi. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Got my Roman numerals mixed up.
And number 2?
Should be 4, though. Number 2, Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope.
And number 1,
Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back.
This is number 1.
Mr. Predictable.
Our favorite Star Wars movies is the one that neither of us agree is the best Star Wars movie.
It's clearly the best.
That's how it goes. All right, man. Well, that was great. I'm happy about that.
I am too. Richard, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter. Probably the best way to do so, at Richard Eiley, RICHARD ILIE. No spaces. Find me. I do ridiculous tweets. I tweet all the time. It's a problem. I'm addicted. Yeah, look me up. Matt?
You can find me on Twitter at from NJ, the number 2 CA. It's from NJ, the number 2 CA.
And definitely do follow Matt. He does giveaways and stuff, mostly promote our podcast.
Follow our podcast too, Nerdthusiast on Twitter.
Absolutely. At Nerdthusiast. Please follow us there. And yeah, definitely keep an eye out. We do giveaways. We do all sorts of stuff. Just hit us up and make sure you have your eyes out, because we're putting new stuff out all the time.
Yeah, we're going to try to put some more stuff on YouTube. We don't have like a capture device yet, but we might just do like some short videos and post them up there as well. Yeah.
So looks like going forward, we're going to be doing a weekly podcast, switching between our gaming focused podcast and then something different, similar to this, maybe not Star Wars all the time.
Right, we want to just do different things in pop culture, things that have already existed though. So I think the only thing that I would really want to do is if it's something like that's ongoing, I really want to review or talk about something that's still happening. It would have to have already finished.
For sure. Retro focus.
Right.
Definitely. All right, guys, take care. Be well. What's your sign off, Matt?
Bye, y'all.
May the Force be with you.